keeps me from sighing. It's basically the same thing. I go like, so it helps me regulate my breathing.
Okay.
So I'm just, having steady breath regardless.
It's a nose thing. It really is the oddest thing, dude. You're going to see it on TV, and you're going to be like,
No, I've seen
I'm
it.
changing it up.
No, I've seen it.
He thinks it's sexy. What do you want?
I mean,
Sexy. I don't know about sexy, but...
I'm just happy that people are ragging on you for something.
but you know what you're upset about? That it doesn't bother me at all?
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing bothers you when you're running this good.
Do you think you can beat this game? For a chance to be a loose cannon and play on the big game this season, log on to PokerStars.net. There are free qualifying tournaments every day.
We're back with much more after this. Welcome back to Las Vegas and the big game. There's been a straddle. That means the action's going to start on Todd Brunson.
You know, I think Todd's dad might also be a professional poker player, but I have to check my notes.
Research, my friend. King, queen suited for Todd Brunson. Raises to 2,200. Our loose cannon, Aaron Jensen, folds.
22, right?
22.
Lex calls.
22, right?
Daniel's in.
It was 23, I would have threw that.
King 7 suited for the straddler.
He's not going anywhere.
Four-person
All right.
pot.
Now we have some action here. You like this? Loose
I love
cannon,
it.
huh?
I love it.
You want a piece of this?
No, he doesn't. He's out.
Apparently not.
Todd's got everyone but Daniel dominated.
The flop. King, Jack, Ace.
I'm going to check.
Daniel checks. Scott checks. Brunson fires 7,600 with second pair.
Todd's flopped the best hand, but everyone's got some incentive to stick around in this pot.
Lex calls.
Lex has got bottom pair and a gut shot. Daniel's got the best draw to a flush.
And he calls.
Scott's got only second pair with a bad kicker and no real draws.
Hang on, sorry. Wait. Almost forgot. Hey.
We actually might be seeing Scott strike that post soon. All this calling gives him more incentive to try to make a move.
Right? It's weird.
I mean, we're not in the middle of a hand or anything.
What? He was going to put in 40,000, and now he's folding. You're a weird dude, I'll tell you that. Am I wrong? He's from the snort to the 40 to the... never mind.
The turn. The ace of hearts. Daniel checks.
If Todd liked his hand before, he really likes it now that he's drawing to a royal.
Check.
Todd checks. Lex checks.
No one's strong enough to fire.
The river. The 7 of clubs. Daniel checks.
This was such a brick of a river card that I don't think anyone can even value bet their hand.
Check.
Todd checks. Lex checks it down, and Todd picks up the pot.
Oh, you had a royal draw.
No.
You had the ace?
Victory!
Kill it, hurry up.
How do you do that?
It's hard to see. The cards are so small.
Lex, how do you do that to me?
What?
You didn't happen to have a couple spades, did you?
I had the nut spade.
The nut spade.
So with that win, Todd Brunson increases his profits. In fact, let's take a look at where everybody stands.
Scott leads the table with nearly $190,000 in profit, while our loose cannon Aaron is about even. Daniel's taken the biggest hit, down $67K, and remember that Tony G left our table last night down almost $280,000.
Well, we are just past the halfway mark. So far, we've seen some very interesting poker. Joe, what sticks out to you?
Well, Chris, VPIP is always a good place to start. As you can see, most of our players are playing 30 to 40% of their hands. However, we do have two players at very opposite ends of the spectrum. Scott Seaver playing more than 50% of his hands, and Todd Brunson playing just 17%. Now let's take a look at the pre-flop raising percentages. Everyone's raising about 18 to 24% of the time, but check it out, same two exceptions. Scott leads the table raising 28% of the time, while Todd is raising only 5%.
Scott really seems confident at this table, Joe.
Scott definitely feels as if he has an edge at this table, and he is up the cost of a Bentley. Scott leads the table in hands won, raking in a quarter of the pots, but he's only winning slightly better than half the hands he shows down. Still, he's up 190,000, mostly thanks to a couple of huge pots with Tony G.
Scott's playing a lot of hands, but he always seems to have it in those monster pots.
Aggression and run good do wonders together, but there are other approaches, like the one of the anti-Seaver, Todd Brunson. Todd's playing extremely tight and winning just 7% of the hands. He's not getting to the river much, but when he does, he's usually got the goods. He's taking very few risks, isn't overplaying his hands, and is trying to get to showdown as cheaply as possible. So far, it's working for him. He's up 40K.
So we've got two extremes in Seaver and Brunson, but Joe, where exactly does our loose cannon Aaron fit in?
I really like the way Aaron's playing so far. Unlike some past loose cannons, he's anything but scared. The numbers back it up. Aaron is 3-betting an astounding 13.5% of the time, which leads the table. Not only is he not afraid to raise these guys, but he's not afraid to re-raise them when they've already shown strength. Just as interesting, he's only folding to 3-bets 20% of the time. He's not yielding after the flop either. For the players that have been here the entire session, his aggression factor is second at the table. Our loose cannon has some gamble in him and the stats to back it up.
All right, let's see if Aaron has what it takes to give our leading loose cannon, Nadia Magnus, a serious run for her money.
As you can see, Aaron has a ways to go to catch up and just 74 hands left to do it.
Action will begin with Todd Brunson, ace-jack suited. Raising hand, even for him, to 1,500. Pocket fours for the loose cannon.
Stack this deep. Baby pairs are lucrative in multi-way pots if you can flop a set.
Jensen calls. Suited connectors for Lex, who re-raises to 6,000. Vanessa folds. And queens for Daniel.
Do it.
Do it?
Do it.
Is this one of them? What do you call those? I don't even know.
Too good to be true spots.
Too good.
Truth be told, this is a pretty good spot for Daniel. He's got the best hand pre-flop, but there are a lot of cooks in this kitchen. A call can be pretty dangerous when you're playing queens against 3 opponents. He more than likely wants to play this hand against just one other player.
Raise.
Announces a raise.
That's not a raise, it's just a
I
call.
said raise. I'm not sure how much I'm going to
Very
raise yet.
defensive there.
15,000 more.
Daniel over the top to 21 grand.
So do I also get to do it? Just do it? This is a too good a spot to be true? Well, the spot is less good now in your case.
A little less good.
Seaver looking at ace-6.
Not too good to be true.
He folds. So does Todd. So does Aaron. And
I
Lex.
think it's less believable.
Pick a card, any card. Pick a card, any card. Hang on.
I know the one I want.
That one was probably a queen, because if someone does that, they're supposed to have a pair. You don't do that if you don't have a pair, because it looks stupid if you do, right?
Daniel certainly doesn't look stupid as he counts up his sweet pre-flop win. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
PokerStars.net is now offering you poker tips directly on your phone. We will send you text messages and video tips from the PokerStars.net pros. All you got to do is text POKER to the short code 52525. Really easy. Text message POKER to 52525 now. Standard text message rates apply.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, home of the big game. Alongside Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Rose, where there's nearly $1 million of cash on the table.
Sleepy time.
No, don't go to sleep. It's Daniel's way of announcing a sleeper straddle.
You like sleepy? You don't like sleeping, are you? Because you haven't.
Do I like sleeping?
You haven't. You know why you're not doing it, and I know why. Because you have not done the computations and figured out if it's a good strategy or not yet.
A sleeper straddling?
Yeah.
Don't let the good looks fool you. Vanessa Russo is a certified mathlete.
Right. You're assuming it can't be like awful.
Aaron,
don't know.
folds.
I really just, I haven't given it much thought.
Neither have I, but it's fun. So I just do it.
You're doing the learn by
I
doing?
think I just get to keep punishing you. Though.
Yeah, let's do it
Like
again. Let's do it again,
9-5s.
cuz.
I think I just
You
get to
just keep hitting a
punishing.
9. That's your.
That is
That's
true.
that's the key.
I do like strategy.
See how that works if you don't hit a 9. Oh, she's messed it up.
What happened?
You called.
Wait, oh, so he gets to take it back?
Of course I do.
Oh, no.
That was a raise.
Oh, I didn't
And
understand.
that's a raise, not a call.
Really?
That's a raise to 800.
I'm so confused. Wait, will you explain it to
That's
me?
why I was trying to explain
If
it
nobody,
earlier, 'cause it's good.
if nobody plays before me,
Okay.
if nobody plays before me, it's a straddle. But if
Oh, but
anyone
if it's not, then
plays,
you can take it back?
yes.
Oh, Vanessa min raise.
Oh, all right.
It's all right.
Vanessa was a little confused by Daniel's sleeper straddle. She thought she was calling. She actually min-raised.
Scott Seaver looking at a pair of jacks in the small blind.
It's all right. It's not like she doesn't min raise once.
Just calls.
Plays it slow.
Brunson.
It's just now my hands worth 800.
We're getting crazy over here. The sleepy straddle's confusing everyone.
Confused the nit even.
me.
Todd called.
Love it when I have blonde moments. So awesome.
Is that real blonde?
Oh,
Just
that was
curious.
blonde moment?
Are you really blonde? Like,
Dark blonde, like dark. Yeah.
You're dark blonde too?
It's getting darker though. Every year that goes by, I turn more into a brunette.
you're getting smarter with age.
Deuce 6-7 goes check to Russo with top pair.
2,000.
That's 2,000.
Scott didn't re-raise pre-flop to mask the strength of his hand.
He just calls.
It's still going to be well disguised on that board.
Todd folds. The turn. Board pairs. Scott checks. Vanessa checks.
Still playing slow.
8 of spades.
Bing, bing, blow.
Vanessa may think that's a good card for her, but this 8 is very bad. She just rivered 2 pair, and it's no good.
Action begins with Scott.